OMG. Oh my gosh. LOL. 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 First time I heard LOL, I heard my kids saying LOL. I saw them writing it down, LOL. I saw them texting, LOL. I thought, WTH. What the hell? What is it? Why don't you just say the whole word? Now, the reason we don't say the whole word is because we're trying to get straight to the point, and it allows us to remember the point we're trying to get across. And real estate is the same exact thing. So what I like to do today is this. I like to share 4 acronyms when it comes to real estate. Now, these 4 acronyms are going to allow you to understand and remember the answers to questions I guarantee you're going to see on that state exam. Get ready. Here it comes. First one, U.P.T.E.E. 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 We've talked about this several times, and that relates to the bundle of rights. Got it? The bundle of rights. If you see any question on that state exam when it comes to the bundle of rights, I want you to remember U.P.T.E.E. Now, what the hell does U.P.T.E.E. stand for? That acronym U.P.T.E.E. Ready? Wait for it. Here it comes. The big U. U is use. The new owner of the property who owns this house. They're excited. Well, they have the right to the bundle of rights. U, they have the right to use it any way they want to. P, they have the right to possess it, which means they have the right to stay there and kick people out who don't own it. If the owner's having a party and somebody gets drunk and belligerent, he has the right to say, get the hell out of here. Possess, right? So you got U and you got P, now you got T. T stands for transfer. The owner has the right to transfer his property. Transfer meaning he has the right to sell it, he has the right to will it, he has the right to give it away. E, he has the right to encumber it. Remember, encumber. He has the right to carry extra loans on it. If he wants to put a pool in the backyard and take another loan out on the property, he has the right to do so. If he wants to go to the bank and borrow $50,000 on that property's equity, he has the right to do so. If he wants to send Johnny to college and pull out $30,000 from this property, he has the right to do so. He has the right to encumber the property. That's the beauty of home ownership. You have the right to utilize its equity. And the last C, the second E, is enjoy. The owner has the right to enjoy it. When it comes to the state exam, the minute you see the bundle of rights in the question, you gotta look for U.P.T.E.E. What I want you to understand is that the concept is the right to use, the right to possess, the right to transfer, the right to encumber, and the right to, enjoy it. Now, the next acronym I want you to remember for your state exam, LOL, this is too much fun, LOL, is D.U.S.T. D.U.S.T. D as in dog, U, S as in Sam, T as in tiger, D.U.S.T. What does D.U.S.T. refer to? This one I guarantee 100% you're going to see on that state exam. D.U.S.T. refers to value. How do we determine value? How do appraisers determine value? How do our buyers determine value? How does anybody determine value when it comes to real estate? And it all comes down to dust. Dust in the wind. All we are is dust in the wind. Great song by Kansas. Love that song. Dust. D stands for demand. The demand for an item. Of course, if something is highly demanded, value goes up. U, utility. Usability. Can we use the product? Can we use this property? Let me give you an example. You're in the big city. You have a lot of people working in the big city. Single people in the big city. And you start selling these huge, giant houses with 5, 6, 7 bedrooms. Now, is that going to be usable for a single person? Of course not. But if you build small condos, 1 bedroom, 1 bath condos, are those usable for these people? Of course. They become more valuable to these people. Next one when it comes to dust. S, scarcity. Of course, it's almost related to demand. Scarcity, the less amount of something, the more value there is. Less houses, less inventory, more valuable they become. That's what we're going through today. That's exactly what's going on in today's real estate world. Not much inventory. Lots of people want inventory because interest rates are low. It creates value when it comes to this property. And last but not least, what creates value to these properties? Transferability. Now, transferability means it's a nice clean title. There's no hiccups. The property can be sold without any hiccups. The owner who is selling the property has the right to do so. So the purchaser says, wow, he's selling me the property with no hiccups on the title. And that's exactly what we want. What do we want? A nice, clean title. LOL. Let's move on. Next one is a larger one. Another one I guarantee you'll probably see on the state exam. Now, the next acronym I want you to remember is the acronym M.A.R.I.A. Yeah, that's right, I said it. The name Maria. Maria, Maria. Great song by Santana. Now, when it comes to Maria, I want you to remember fixtures. Remember fixtures. Now, I don't want this to be a lesson on fixtures themselves, but fixtures are considered real property. We talked about real property and personal property. Fixtures are real property, let me say this nice and slow, because they are attached. They are attached to the property. Got it? Keyword here is attached. I want you to underline that. Attached. Fixtures are attached to a property. For example, chandeliers, ceiling fans. Now, Maria comes into play because the first letter M is the method of attachment. How do we know if something is a fixture, which is real property or not? M, the method of attachment. The stronger this item is attached to the property, the more likely it's a fixture, which means it stays with the property. The stronger it's attached to the property, the more likely it's going to stay and it's a fixture. It's real property. Something nailed to the wall. If it's nailed to the wall, it's not supposed to go anywhere. Chances are it's real property. If something is hung on the wall and you can easily remove it, chances are it's personal property. You can take it with you. A is for adaptability. Now what the hell am I talking about adaptability? LOL, allow me to explain. An item on the property was made for a particular part of the property, so it should remain with the property. Easy example, blinds for a particular window. You have a very unusual shaped window. Let's call it very rectangular, very long. We'll call it 1 foot by 10 foot window. And you bought some blinds for this particular window, some window coverings for this particular window. Window coverings that would only probably use for this property in the entire world. There's no other window like it. Well, of course, it means that those window blinds should remain with the property. Why? Because it was made for that particular window. Now the letter R in M.A.R.I.A, that refers to the relationship of the people involved in this transaction. Let's assume, for example, let's make this nice and clear. Let's assume it's a tenant and a landlord. Those are the two people, the relationship of a tenant and a landlord. And the tenant moves in and the tenant says, you know what, I don't feel quite safe. I don't feel quite safe in this building. So the tenant decides to put an alarm on the wall. Now it's understood that when this tenant removes himself from this property, when he leaves the premises, when he moves out, he's taking that alarm with him. Although it's attached to the wall, it ain't staying. The relationship here is tenant, landlord, tenant installs, tenant says, I am uninstalling when I get the hell out of here and move out. Simple. I, intention. When it was installed, it was intended to stay there. Intention of the fixture, of the item. Example would be a fire alarm, a smoke alarm, a fire extinguisher. These are intended to save you, intended for your health and safety. So these, of course, are fixtures, which means what? They're real property, which means what? Yeah, they stay with the property. You got it? Nice and simple. Last but not least, A. The letter A in M.A.R.I.A, probably the most easiest to remember, A. And that's agreement. And where do you make agreements? And play it safe for everybody so there's no misunderstanding. I say it over and over and over again. When in doubt, write it out. Where? On the contract. No misunderstanding. Hey, Mr. Landlord. Hey, Mr. Seller. I want this to stay whether you like it or not, or there's no deal. And you write it in the contract. Chandelier to remain with the property. How you like that? How about writing out in the contract, ceiling fan to remain with the property upon close of escrow? If you put it in the contract, per agreement, you got it made in the shade. All right, let's go to acronym number 4. OMG, I'm getting tired. Here we go. Number 4, another one I guarantee you're going to see on that state exam is how do you test joint tenancy right of survivorship? Whenever you see the words joint tenancy in your exam, I guarantee they're going to ask you for the 4 unities of joint tenancy. Now the acronym we're going to use when it comes to joint tenancy is P.I.T.T. Think of Brad Pitt. Wouldn't you like to be attached to the hip with him? Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt. Armpit. I don't know. Cherry pit. Just pick a pit, any pit you want. P.I.T.T. and joint tenancy go together. P, the possession is equal. They get to roam the house together. They both have equal possession of the property. They can't kick each other out because they're both on title. Now, if a third party who's not on title comes in and is belligerent and drunk, they have the right to remove that person. But they can't remove each other because they're both what? In possession of the property legally. Now, the I stands for unity in interest. Got it? Interest. What does that mean? That means that both parties, husband and wife, each have the same amount of interest, which means they both have the same ownership in the property. 50-50, especially here in California. If it was 3 people involved in the purchase, it'd be 33.3, and what? Yeah, 33.3. It's the same property interest, ownership, whatever you want to call it, in the property. It's equal. Now let's go to the first T. The first T in P.I.T.T. It stands for time. The purchase was done at the same exact time. They were put on that title at the same exact time. It was all done at the same time. Once this document is done, boom, and we're all on this piece of paper at the same time when it was created, that unity was done at the same exact time. That allows everybody to be joint tenants. The last T, the second T in P.I.T.T. is title. We're all on title. We're all on that document. We all have proof on this title that we're attached to this property when it comes to ownership. It's divided up equally amongst all those on this title. We all were placed on this title at the same time. We all have equal shares in this title. Acronyms, they're funny. But in this case, when it comes to your real estate exam, it's gonna help you remember them. Go out and have a great exam. Have faith that you're gonna do well. Study hard, I believe in you. Believe in yourself. OMG, we did it. Have a great day.